This is the Mustang GT3 wheel from VPG Sim, a brand renowned for crafting high-end sim racing wheels that utilize automotive-grade electronics and materials, all in the pursuit of maximum realism. What sets this wheel apart is that it's not just a replica, it's as close to the real thing as you can get. Built with sim-specific electronics embedded in the pre-preg carbon fiber body of the actual race car, it features authentic grips sourced directly from the Mustang GT3. According to VPG, the goal is simple: to ensure every turn, every shift, and every lap feels as true to a real racing experience as possible. VPG Sim provided this review unit to me free of charge for the purpose of testing, but as always, my impressions will be completely honest. In this review, I'll break down my experience using the wheel and share who I think it's best suited for. This marks my second review of a VPG wheel. My first encounter was with the VPG T, a wheel not officially licensed but heavily inspired by the Porsche 911 GT3R 992 generation race car. I was really impressed by its craftsmanship and performance, but VPG wheels do stand apart from other high-end sim racing options. The relentless pursuit of realism offers unique advantages, but does it come with trade-offs that might affect their suitability for sim racing? Well, stick around and I'll dive into everything I think you need to know. This is a premium sim racing wheel priced at just over $2,000, and it's clear that authentic materials and VPG's renowned build quality come at a cost. Sure, there are other sim racing wheels available at similar or lower price points, but the Mustang GT3, like many of VPG's other offerings, is designed for a specific kind of sim racer, one who values unparalleled realism and seeks wheels that faithfully replicate their real-world counterparts. When you consider the craftsmanship, automotive-grade components, and attention to detail that go into these wheels, the pricing begins to make sense. That said, it's not a product for everyone, and its appeal will largely depend on what you prioritize in your sim racing gear. Stick with me as we dive into the build quality and design next, so you can see what sets this wheel apart. It's important here to emphasize once again that this wheel is not a replica. It's a genuine racing wheel designed specifically for sim racing. Everything about its construction, including the manufacturing process at VPG's partner BF Systems facility, adheres to the same standards as the actual wheel used in the real-life Mustang GT3 race car. From the materials to the craftsmanship, this is as realistic as it gets. The only notable difference is the addition of two 7-way funky switches, a must-have in my opinion for sim racing, which makes this wheel an exceptional blend of both realism and functionality. The wheel's sim-specific electronics are integrated into the real race car's structural carbon fiber body. According to VPG, pre-preg, which is pre-impregnated carbon fiber, is the highest grade carbon fiber available, offering a perfect balance of lightweight construction and strength. Unlike standard carbon fiber where resin is applied later, pre-preg ensures a precise and uniform amount of resin, resulting in a lighter and more consistent material. However, this process is obviously more expensive and requires strict temperature-controlled conditions for both storage and manufacturing, something VPG and BF Systems handle with their aerospace-grade precision facility. Now, the grips are sourced directly from the Mustang GT3, and I found them superb. They deliver a comfortable feel with a well-placed thumb rest and just the right amount of give, neither too firm nor too soft. The thickness is spot on, making them a pleasure to use during long sessions. Now, one minor note: if you race with bare hands, you might notice the seam on the grips. While it's not a deal breaker, it's something to consider for those who are particularly sensitive about grip texture. Personally, I'm always racing with gloves, so it wasn't an issue for me. This wheel offers an impressive array of inputs, all sourced and built to the same specifications as the real Mustang GT3 wheel. The push buttons have a satisfying tactile click and are large enough to operate easily while wearing gloves. The encoders feel smooth and precise with a solid click, and you have 3 in total, with the center encoder doubling as a multi-switch. The standout feature is the two 7-way funky switches, which dynamically activate 2 POVs and 2 encoders each, depending on the position of the center multi-switch rotary. This design enables a total of 4 digital POVs and 4 encoders, adding substantial versatility for sim racing setups. On the back, you'll find the large GT-sized paddle shifters that felt excellent to use, offering the option of light or strong activation force. The clutch paddles are positioned above the shifters, which is a departure from the usual bottom-mounted placement you'll find on other wheels. I found this layout intuitive and easy to use, and the clutch paddles offer good resistance. But one detail worth noting is the lack of an end stop. You can press them all the way down until they actually hit the housing. While it didn't bother me, it might be a minor concern for some. For most sim racers, the number of inputs on this wheel is going to be sufficient. It's perfectly equipped obviously to handle the Mustang GT3 in titles like ACC or iRacing. However, for those seeking additional inputs or maybe some thumb encoders, often found on other high-end sim racing wheels, might find this limiting. That said, this wheel isn't trying to compete with other sim racing wheels. I think it exists in a category of its own, prioritizing ultimate realism and driving performance thanks to its lightweight materials and authentic design. When it comes to design, it's difficult to critique something made for real-life racing, as I assume extensive thought and experience has gone into optimizing this for the track. What's particularly nice though about this design is the subtle branding. There's no prominent Ford logo on the front, just a top embossed plate with GT3 on it. This means the wheel won't look out of place when driving other vehicles in your sim of choice. While it might not be ideal for formula racing due to its size, it's a versatile wheel that could serve well as either part of a collection or as your primary wheel. This wheel is only compatible with PC and uses a standard USB to pin connector common to many sim racing wheels. It can be mounted to virtually any wheelbase with the appropriate adapter, typically attaching to your quick release via the 70mm bolt pattern. My unit came pre-equipped with an optional 50mm spacer. The included cable is generously long, making it easy to connect to your computer. The connection point is located on the bottom of the wheel and features a secure locking mechanism. Now, if you're watching this review, chances are you already know whether this wheel is perhaps kind of your product. For those who are curious about owning a real race wheel adapted for sim racing, I can confidently say you won't be disappointed. Its performance and handling are where it truly shines, and I'll dive into those aspects next. Let's dive into what it's actually like to drive with this wheel. The first thing you'll notice is how incredibly light it feels. The carbon fiber construction really shines here. The lightness translates to exceptional responsiveness, allowing you to feel every subtle detail of force feedback without any dampening from excess weight. The authentic grips aren't just for show, they provide excellent control during intense racing moments. The positioning of the controls, especially those 7-way funky switches, feels natural and intuitive. I never found myself fumbling for buttons mid-race, which is crucial when you're fighting for position. What really impressed me is how the wheel enhanced my ability to actually catch slides and maintain control during high-speed cornering. The authentic weight distribution and grip shape give you a level of precision that's hard to find in other sim racing wheels. A standout feature is the paddle shifter's performance. The magnetic mechanism provides crisp, decisive shifts with excellent tactile feedback. After extensive testing, I can confidently say this wheel excels in providing consistent, reliable performance. There's no flex or play whatsoever in the construction, and every input feels precise and immediate. And at the end of the day, it was just incredibly fun and enjoyable to drive with. This wheel features backlit buttons and rotary switches that can be customized to suit your preferences and desired effects. While VPG Sim doesn't have their own dedicated configuration software, they provide full support for SimHub. VPG provided me with a profile tailored to the wheel, which I assume will be available for all users to download. Though most buyers of this type of sim racing wheel likely know their way around SimHub, creating a profile can sometimes be a daunting and time-consuming task. I would have liked to see either simple customization software from VPG directly, or perhaps support for a plug-and-play solution like Daniel Newman Racing Profiles. The VPG Sim Mustang GT3 wheel is a remarkable piece of engineering that delivers exactly what it promises, an authentic racing experience. At just over $2,000, it's certainly an investment, but for those seeking the ultimate in realism, it's worth considering. Who is this wheel for? Well, if you're a dedicated sim racer who primarily drives GT3 style cars, particularly the Mustang GT3 obviously, and values authenticity above all else, the wheel is an excellent choice. The combination of real racing components, precise craftsmanship, and thoughtful sim-specific additions creates what I think is an unparalleled driving experience. However, if you're looking for maximum button customization or prefer a more traditional sim racing wheel setup, there might be other options better suited for your needs. This isn't a jack-of-all-trades wheel. It's a specialized tool designed for a specific purpose and specific user. The bottom line is VPG has created something special with the Mustang GT3 wheel. While the price point and specialized nature might not appeal to everyone, those who appreciate its dedication to realism and authenticity will find it hard to beat. Well, that wraps up my review of the VPG Sim Mustang GT3 wheel. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing for more sim racing content. Let me know in the comments if you plan on picking up this wheel or if you have any questions. You'll find product links below to VPG Sim's website, along with other affiliate links to popular sim racing hardware, which helps support the channel and in some cases provide you with a discount. As always, stay safe and enjoy your racing.